And so I think we'll see definitely remasters. It makes sense. Like I said in the Bethesda video, it's easy, it's cheap to do, and people will buy it. People will buy it. It'll say Blizzard on it, and people will buy it. I mean, fuck, I'll buy it. If they did a Warcraft 3 remaster, I would probably buy it, right? Those brilliant fucking bastards, Chubbs. What's up, everybody? Jackson here today with my little brother, Chubbs.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
And today we're going to be talking Warcraft 3 Reforged. We're going to be talking Diablo Immortal and kind of just going over basically what Blizzard as a company is up to nowadays. Now, before we get started, I'm going to have this linked at the very top of the fucking description box. Go watch this video by Hypebreak. He talks about former Diablo devs who came out after the fallout, and people were saying, oh, it's because they hate fucking people and they're entitled whiny gamers and like they're giant babies who are crying for no reason. Okay, anyone who said anything like that is ignorant of games on the mobile, okay, when it comes to Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal being on mobile is upsetting to so many fans because people understand what happens to a game once it goes on mobile. The mobile market is 100% all about bullshit grind. Like log in every day, play your whole life, and then maybe you'll reach the same point as someone who just forks over $100.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Well, it's like Kate. Like we have some family members who played Candy Crush. Our little sister Punky, she played Candy Crush quite a lot because she just liked having it on her phone. She'd pull it out, do some things, put it away. Not Candy Crush.
It was Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans.
That's
yeah.
what it was.
So she'd like to build up her, her village and do all that stuff, have her, and take part in like the raids of other players' places and stuff. She'd never spent money on it. Never. So after about a year, she was showing me her base and she was like, you should see her boyfriend's, was it his brother-in-law?
I think it's his dad or...
I don't think it's his dad.
Oh, no, it's his uncle.
His uncle. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But he spent a bunch of money on Candy Crush and he showed Punky his village and he had just like way more stuff. And it was like way easier for him to get it.
Oh yeah, he had way superior troops.
Those games, it's usually like there's a timer in order for you to do things and you can bypass the timer with premium currency, things like that. Anyone paying attention to mobile games in any sort of way understands that 90% of that market is fucking like hardcore microtransactions games, like choke your Harry Potter character out microtransactions.
Oh yeah.
So when they say Diablo Immortal is now going on mobile, people understand what that means. People look deeper into it and they see that it's actually basically a copy over from another game that already exists by, I don't even remember what company it is, but it's a Chinese developer even. So it's not even Blizzard really working on this. They say Blizzard did all the artwork and everything, and that's fine. But what makes Blizzard great, what has always made Blizzard great, are not aesthetics. I'm sorry. Aesthetics rarely matter. It's all about atmosphere, depth of play, and story, and like that's what made Diablo the staple franchise. And I would argue that Diablo 3 lost track of that already. That the Diablo franchise died with Diablo 3.
Oh yeah, because that game was one that when it released, it got bashed by critics, and rightly so. When it had a very rocky launch, and until after they got rid of the real life money auction house where, you know, you could make money off of Diablo and spend real life money on like weapons and gear
and stuff. And so you know that they swerved the drop rates to accommodate that situation. So people were getting less legendaries because they wanted people to be buying legendaries in the real life money auction house.
And because
and selling things in there. They wanted a Steam fucking marketplace situation. Let's just be blunt. You know, you hear people when they talk about like CS:GO, Team Fortress on Steam, they say these microtransactions, these skins that are doled out randomly to people are a multi-million-dollar business model. So that's exactly what happened with Diablo 3. That's what they wanted day one. They wanted a multi-million-dollar business model, and their idea of what that should look like in a Diablo game was a real-life money auction house. Now, I'm not going to say that Diablo 3 isn't great, and I haven't spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours playing it. I have. It's a very great ARPG. It's not one of the greats.
No.
I think it's one of the weakest ones released that I've seen compared to other ones like Grim Dawn, Path of the Exile, games that understood that what made Diablo great wasn't speeding up, fluid animations, things like that. No, it was atmosphere. It was building a world that people could get lost in while having a kick-ass progression system, while having a kick-ass grind with the loot. A loot grind that felt good, felt rewarding, and when you got something like a legendary or whatever, the classification in whatever game it is, when you got that, it felt awesome. It felt good. Now, when the last time I played Diablo 3, I was just like getting them all the time. And they were crap. They were just garbage. I was tearing them down, you know.
It's because Diablo 3 boils down to a number crunch. But a really in-depth number crunch. You got to pay attention to every single stat, every single legendary.
It's not a destiny number crunch.
And then on top of that, it's like some legendaries have more powerful passive bonuses, and so that's where it boils down to, is instead of getting legendaries and you're thinking, holy shit, I haven't seen these, this looks awesome, and it like actually changes the game and beefs your character up a ton, you get legendaries all the time and you're just thinking, oh, wow, again.
Cool. And another thing is there's a very clear meta. There isn't a lot of fucking around. Like, and when you hit the end game of Diablo 3, you know what legendaries you're shooting for. You know what your class needs because it's the most effective thing. So that, and it's designed in that way. And that's why I like Grim Dawn. There's way less development people on it. I'm pretty sure it's 2 guys, and then they outsource more. 2 guys that form up Crate Entertainment, and then they hire out to developers when they're adding content or doing something onto the game with Grim Dawn. Way smaller budget, way smaller team, and they have way more intricacies in the multi-class system, way more intricacies within the loot drops, which add bumps to certain skills and stuff. You could get a piece, it's almost like Borderlands 3. Or Borderlands 2, rather. Borderlands 3 doesn't exist yet.
Not yet.
Borderlands 2. Where Borderlands 2, what you could get like one of those items that buff all your skills, right? And it could change the way you play that character if it's enticing enough that, oh, I get +3 skill points in that endgame. That's going to be more effective than this current skill I have.
Yeah.
So your skill tree actually changes according to your gear. They should be linked. I feel like they should be linked. Diablo doesn't have any skills that you pick. You just get them when you level up. You just, here you go, here you go, here you go.
Yep.
Diablo 3 is a fun game that's very shallow. And when you start to play other ARPGs within genre, I mean, Ty even said like Van Helsing. I haven't played those yet, but Ty played Van Helsing on his PS4. He said it's great. He says it's got more depth than Diablo 3. I don't know for sure, but I'll take his word for it because he's like us. He spent a lot of fucking time playing Diablo 3. So that's the thing. And more people are going to realize that. And what people wanted, this is what I wanted, right? I didn't even want Warcraft 3 Reforged, right? I said that I would buy it in that video all those fucking years ago when I said, like, they're going to remaster it. I knew they were going to remaster it. I never, ever anticipated Diablo Immortal, though. I honestly never saw that coming. If anything, the next thing that we saw from the Diablo team, I was certain, was a Diablo 2 remaster, right? And, like, how do you not do that? Like, that, I'm sorry, Warcraft 3 still holds up just fine. It really does. I'm not going to say that I'm not excited about the new character models and shit. I'm just going to say that I tamped that excitement down when I went to see how much it was, and it was $30, but the release date was on or before December 29th, 2019. So we don't know when it's coming out, but here, buy it.
Yeah.
We got all the fucking footage they've shown says this doesn't represent final footage. Game is still in development. Things could change. Buy it.
Once again, you are buying the game before it's even finished at that point. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, if there's no concrete release date, I'm not buying a fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking buy it, and I'm gonna wait on Reforged anyway, because I see. And the thing is I'm excited for it because I love Warcraft 3. It's one of my all-time top 5 favorite games ever. This game, the time spent in it, just the way that you build and, you know, slowly build an army and then throw out your army and like this back and forth. I love RTSs. I'm a huge fan of them. Warcraft 3 is my favorite, followed closely by StarCraft. These are the only RTSs I played when I was younger. I hadn't played any other RTSs at that point, and these were the pinnacle of storytelling to me, because in Warcraft 3 you got fucking Arthas, you got Jaina, you got Thrall, you got Medivh, you got fucking gosh, there's so many. Grom, you got fucking Illidan,
and Malfurion.
You got Malfurion, Sylvanas, fucking Tyrande.
Yeah,
you know, you got all of these amazing characters that are the pimp shit, that, you know, have arcs that extend the whole game, and you have over that this story of like the Scourge and the Legion and all this stuff happening, Ner'zhul, Gul'dan, all these amazing like villain characters, Sargeras, fucking, you know.
Oh yeah.
So many of these great like just evil characters, Archimonde, you know, like this amazing villains that are supremely powerful, that you have to work together with the other factions in the end and eventually take them out. And then you've got bad human, you know, like Admiral Proudmoore, who is just like, fuck the orcs, I'm gonna kill the orcs. So I love this game, and I'm very excited to see what they do with it, but I'm tamping down that fucking hype. I'm tamping down that excitement because let's go over a few concerns. One, microtransactions. I 100% believe this is going to have some sort of microtransactions. What it'll be, how much it'll matter, I'm not sure. But seeing that StarCraft 2 has them, and I don't know if StarCraft 1 they introduced within the remaster. I never got it. StarCraft 1 wasn't one of my favorite games. I loved it a lot and I played it a lot. But compared to Warcraft 3, it didn't compare in me. Like, I'm much more fantasy driven than I am science fiction driven. I love science fiction, but fantasy, dude, like orcs, elves, dwarfs, shit like that, that's where my heart is when it comes to stories. And so, like, I didn't give a shit to buy StarCraft 1, but I know for sure StarCraft 2 has microtransactions. Some of them are very fucking important things, like entire units that are available in the base game completely cut off to the player in fucking multiplayer unless they buy like the commander pack that has that unit under his command, right?
Yep.
You can't play this commander, you can't play these units until you give us $5. Now, is it extreme $5? No, it's not, but it's to me, someone who wanted to play, like, perhaps play that with, like, when me and Chris were playing it, you got a copy of it now. We bought Chubbs a copy of StarCraft 2 with WoW Gold. But the thing about it is like, I may want to play those units. I mean, I have those units in the main game. I know what they do, but now I'm being told, give us $5. Is it an extreme asking price? No, but it's a price that's in your face. Give us more money.
Oh, yeah.
You want these units? Give us more money. There's all the reskinned units. There's all the, you know, all that. And at the end of the day, StarCraft 2 sold itself 3 times. Now, the campaigns in that game are massive. The story very well laid out. And in my opinion, I had no problem with them doing that. Because when I remember when I first bought the Wings of Liberty part of the campaign, the very first one, I played through it, loved every minute of it, loved what they did with, like, the base and all that stuff. But I didn't buy the Zerg campaign when it first came out because my PC ran like shit. And I was just like, I can't afford another $60.
Yeah.
So, like, to me personally, it's fine with me that they did that with StarCraft 2. We ended up getting the fucking battle chest for $40. So it really wasn't a huge deal. And I think that in that case, they put enough depth and layer and added new shit to it to afford that being okay. I don't think that's wrong that they did that they sold StarCraft 2 3 times.
Right.
They packed enough goodness into each one of those campaigns. Cutscenes, storytelling, all that stuff went into each part of those campaigns, and they were huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like over 50 hours just for the one campaign, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so with that in mind, I'm not sure that they're not going to do that with Warcraft 3. And the reason I say that is because when you look at what they're doing with the cutscenes and stuff within the trailers and everything like that, it seems like the cutscenes that are usually just an overhead view of like your Arthas, you know, a sprite, and your fucking Jaina sprite. Instead of it being like that, it's actually going to zoom in down on them, and you're going to see them talk back and forth. And that to me got me really excited until I started to remember that the game is still in development. We don't have fucking things, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it on or before December 29th, 2019. So it might be out next year. It might be out at the very, very end of next year. By our game.
They don't even know.
So Blizzard has 100% changed. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the Hype Break video that you should go watch, the former Diablo devs are talking in that. And one of them is pretty pissed off because he's recently been on the phone with some of his friends who still work at Blizzard, and what they've told him, you can tell it upset him. So Blizzard employees were paid less. And this is me paraphrasing him. I'll have the link below. And this is not confirmed, like, you know what I mean? This is this guy saying it. For all we know, he could be some fucking bitter ex-employee who got, you know, fucking just talking shit just to talk shit. But something tells me that that's not the case. Activision. I'm just going to say that. So the way Blizzard employees were paid, according to this man, former Diablo dev, he says that they got their pay cut like as like a daily pay, you know, like an hourly wage, something like that. However they do that, that was cut. But the employees were given this great incentive program, which gave them more money and bonuses based on the success of the game. I think that Overwatch was probably one of those where they probably got a percentage of loot boxes and things like that. Maybe StarCraft with the remaster, maybe they got some bonuses on the sales of that game, the success of that game, how well it did.
Yeah.
Certain things like that. World of Warcraft, I'm sure they're getting some money for the, you know, all the time that they've spent in that, all the money they're getting from people each month, and the whales that are dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into the game just to buy in-game gold so they can buy like that super expensive Brontosaurus mount.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's like $1.5 million gold, which is like over $70 real life cash.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened is they took that away from them. Now this guy's saying it's Activision. It's Activision's decision, and it's because the games haven't been performing as well. They're upset with them because Overwatch isn't making as much as Fortnite. That's one thing that they said.
That's one thing that he said in the video.
So I'm sure that what's going on is Activision's shareholders, because it's like, I'll have another video link below. Jim Sterling did it. It's on like what executives expect. Well, they expect a projection. And a projection is, okay, well, your game is doing this well at this moment. And if it continues to do this well and have the same sort of growth, by next year, we're going to be making, you know, 1 million more, or 2 million more, or 3 million more. And Activision's already expressed distaste with Bungie and Destiny 2, saying that it isn't meeting projections, it's not doing as well. Bungie says, well, it's a hobbyist game. In other words, it's a 5-year-old game. But moving past that, then with Overwatch, we know that they're upset that Overwatch is making less than Fortnite. Well, fucking no shit. Like, Fortnite...
That game is so
It's built
huge.
for kids. It's built for kids specifically, and not even, you can't argue with me on that. Like, I could hear, I would take someone's differing argument on like Destiny being more geared towards kids. I'll take it in and like I'll put mine forth. But when it comes to Fortnite, no one's going to dispute that. If you're disputing that, you're stupid. When you look at the way piñatas are opened, when you look at just the general art style, the building, which
skins that they're putting into.
which one of the biggest games amongst younger gamers for the past forever many years has been Minecraft. Games like Minecraft, games like, you know, like Ark, games like that. They love like the building and survival aspects. So what Fortnite and PUBG too, PUBG was wildly successful. So what they did was they took all of these things together, and it started out as like this, you know, save the world campaign, which was very simple. Like, go out, do X amount of things here, and then you go back, and then go back again and do X amount of things, and then go back. And it's not an in-depth game. And the progression system boils down to 100%. Well, not 100%. There are certain things that you can unlock, you know, as you play, but those are capped. So you can only get this much experience, and then once unless you dump it, you're not going to accrue anymore, because it's that incentive to keep people coming back. But you look at like loot boxes, those little llama pinata loot boxes, they're all cute, and like they burst in a colorful shower, and then like the loot falls on the ground like you busted open a pinata, and it's like, this is concerning. This is for kids. Like,
oh yeah,
this isn't tickling any one of my fancy bones. I'm not enjoying this at all. I think the loot boxes are killing all the things I do enjoy about Fortnite Save the World. And that's because they weren't marketed for me.
Yeah.
They were built specifically for kids. And Overwatch did much the same thing. It really did. It had more of a cartoon-esque driven narrative told online only through the cutscenes.
And you could say where like Fortnite is really extremely driven towards kids, Overwatch is more hitting that teenage market, you know, from ages like 14 to 17. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the difference between the two, where Overwatch, it does have more scantily clad women and like
definitely more sexualized.
Yeah, but whereas Fortnite, it's like, you can't dispute that. And you know, the dances, all the way to the dances,
like those dances, I don't even know any of those dances
at
like
all.
This dabbing thing, the first time I heard about that was in like Fortnite when they did the dab emote.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is dabbing? Okay, I'm old, man. I don't fucking know what kids are doing. I barely found out about mumble rap when Eminem's Kamikaze album came out.
Oh, yeah.
That's how out of it I've been. Like, I didn't understand that that's what it was called. I've heard it, you know, sometimes immediately followed by, shut the fuck up, turn that off now.
You didn't know that it was its own complete genre.
No,
though.
I didn't know that there were so many kids doing it. So many. Dude, this one fucking just got thrown in jail for rape and like all sorts of things too. And he's got like a bright, vibrant rainbow fucking long hair and like a rainbow grill. And I was like, oh, that guy raped someone? Who could have seen that coming with his face tattoos and shit? I never would have expected. Anyway, I'm old as fuck. I don't get mumble rap. But the thing is the Fortnite definitely throws itself at a younger audience. You're right, dude. Like those pop culture references that guys like us just don't understand.
It's very funny too. I brought this up to you many times. I don't think I brought it up in a video, but the name Fortnite in of itself, it doesn't make any sense without the context of Save the World mode, where, you know, you and your friends are going out collecting
like the
shit.
Battle Royale, it doesn't fit there at all.
Yeah, because like,
it's not like every Fortnite there's a Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's like, no, every Fortnite there's a fucking, you know, the zombies come.
Yeah.
And you have
the
world.
And it's like you have to build a fort to survive the night, which is where the name Fortnite comes from. But then like the Battle Royale mode, it's just...
I'll tell you this about Fortnite.
What the
fuck? Dude, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Well, the Battle Royale was 100% shoot in late in the game. Like, they definitely put that out based on PUBG's success. The fact, I really think a huge part of it too was that PUBG like put microtransactions in their game while it was still in beta, and for the most part they didn't lose that many players. And I think that like at that point in time there was a lot of fucking edginess or anger and like people going after these companies for putting in microtransactions, and they noticed that even though PUBG caught heat, it's not like they didn't make millions and millions of dollars off of those, let alone the millions they made off of the $30 asking price. So definitely that's when Fortnite pivoted into that Battle Royale mode. They did it well. You know, it's not like they didn't do it good. It wasn't like Radical Heights or fucking, you know, like any of the other hundreds that have come out now.
Or hell, I mean, even PUBG, where it wasn't as smooth or
Oh, yeah.
polished product.
And there was definitely server issues. There was no region locking, so people were getting in with Chinese gold farmers that were cheating, using cheating software. There was that huge thing with those. But it all boils back down to the microtransactions. I mean, that's why the gold farmers are there. They're there because there's gold to be farmed.
Oh, yeah.
And they were making, I mean, I think I saw one hoodie for sale that's just a fucking reskin texture in a fucking PUBG. It was going for like 125 real life dollars. Dude, I won't even spend that much on a fucking real hoodie.
For reals.
That's a fucking ridiculous price for a digital fucking cosmetic item.
Yeah.
So of course there's going to be people there cheating. Of course there's going to be people there trying to fucking, you know, make money off of that situation.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, Overwatch, it can't compete with that sort of thing. It can't. So let's be blunt. Overwatch, and I know that I have a lot of viewers that play a lot of Overwatch. I know that there's a lot of cool people that play a lot of Overwatch. Understand that when I'm talking about Overwatch, I don't mean this to be personal. I'm just basically expressing my side of what I see with Overwatch. What I see with Overwatch is just a couple of game modes and a bunch of characters. So at some point, like, people are going to be playing it. They're going to get bored of it. They're going to get bored of it. And I think when Fortnite came along, it took a lot of Overwatch players. I see a lot of YouTubers that were gung-ho on Overwatch. Now they're just Fortnite YouTubers now. Specific Battle Royale Fortnite users. And you go back and you look at their videos, and there's a shift from all Overwatch videos, all Overwatch-oriented videos, to now Fortnite videos. So I think that Fortnite definitely has taken a chink out of Overwatch, and I expect Activision isn't happy about that, because Overwatch, when it first was coming out and it was the big one and everyone was like pumping the shit out of it, it was making tons of money off those fucking loot boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be frank. When you look at like how many, like, that overwhelmingly, if you just Google loot box opening, it's going to be a fucking Overwatch video that comes up. If you lose like microtransaction random opening, I bet you'd get Overwatch footage from that. There were hundreds of videos, hundreds of YouTubers entirely dedicated, and millions of views on these holiday items. You had games journalists writing articles about what they got in the $1,000 worth of loot boxes that they bought.
Mm-hmm.
You had an entire industry comfortably pushing the loot boxes in Overwatch. It was acceptable. They were fair. They were, you know, out of this thing where they weren't getting any controversial feedback. Nothing like that. It's basically like Destiny when it first came out with the Sterling Silver.
Yeah.
They're only cosmetics. People are going to buy them. It's going to give me free content.
Because I'm not going to buy them.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy them. It's going to give me free content. I'm going to get, you know, it's like, what does it hurt me?
Right.
And that's a fair fucking point. But I think it should be applied to other games and other situations, and not so much Overwatch, Fortnite. Like, Fortnite obviously isn't reinvesting the money they've made on that game. They've still only got the Battle Royale mode. When they add something, it's like a rocket launcher or a rocket pack that doesn't fucking work and fucking breaks the game and has to be immediately removed. Oh, but here's a seasonal shotgun. You want a seasonal shotgun, kids? For the fucking 15 million plus we've made this month? Here's a shotgun. Here's a limited time game mode, right? They're not putting back what they're getting off that product.
Hell no.
So that's like an Overwatch. Overwatch didn't. How many characters did they add? I guarantee you, if you look at any free-to-play team shooter, free-to-play Battleborn, any of them, I guarantee you that they have more characters that are available in Overwatch, and they've released more free characters, like, say, Paladins versus Overwatch. Paladins, I guarantee you, has released more content updates, more characters, more things, more skins, probably,
oh yeah,
than Overwatch, right? Overwatch does the bare minimum because they're forced to. Because Blizzard is told, you can only spend X amount of money, blah, 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 and they have these fucking guys over their heads watching what they're doing, this Activision lecherous leech, greedy fuck, dipping his hands in every bit of every recipe. So it makes sense that we see Warcraft 3 Reforged before we see Warcraft 4. It makes sense that we see Diablo going to mobile in the form of Diablo Immortal. And we know that it's going to be littered with microtransactions because the company that developed it has a game that resembles it exactly, except for the art style, movement, everything, down to a T.
The UI,
and
even.
It's littered with pay to win, super grindy mechanics, microtransactions out the ass. Of course it's going to be a fucking mobile free-to-play piece of shit.
And of course people are going to be pissed. One thing that really makes me mad is like, all right, you know, when I heard about it, I wasn't as outraged as other people. I wasn't even...
I laughed.
I was, yeah.
I said that's so fucking fitting.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked, you know?
No, it seemed logical.
It makes sense.
I just wasn't surprised. I was just more surprised that Warcraft 3 Reforged wasn't going to be on mobile.
Yeah.
That would have made more... That would have been like, oh, that figures.
But what, like, shocked me was this PR spin when people are coming out talking shit on entitled whiny fanboys and talking shit on the people who paid money, no, like hundreds of dollars for tickets to just be there.
Combined, that audience, hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit to Blizzard.
Just for being there.
Yeah,
at
just
Blizzcon.
The tickets. Yeah, to be there. These
you know,
people are dressed
on
in
top
cosplay.
Of virtual tickets.
These guys are dressed up as their favorite characters from your games. These people are your core audience, and you know that they're not going to. That's why I love what that one fucking guy said in that High Break video. That he quoted the Diablo dev, who said they are clearly out of touch with gamers. If I had proposed this to my team when I was at Blizzard and said we're going to reveal a mobile version of Diablo at BlizzCon as the hinted about news that Diablo news is coming, I would have had a line of employees at my door telling me what an awful fucking idea it was. And I'm sure they did. Someone over there spoke up.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't care. They steamrolled ahead with it. And then all of a sudden when their share drops, oh, well, Diablo 4 is fucking this.
It's like, on the way.
You got the Game Informers, mainstream media, like, watch it. Expect it. They will jump on Fallout 76 and talk nothing but good things about updates. They've done it with fucking they've done it with Destiny. They've done it with Sea of Thieves. They've done it with fucking No Man's Sky. They'll do it, and they've done it repeatedly with Overwatch and all sorts of fucking shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
They will fluff the fuck out of Activision games above all else. And it's because, like, me and Ari were having a conversation last night. He was saying they make their money off of ad revenue. And ad revenue is bought and paid for by the fucking people making the games that they're meant to objectively review. Right? So you're meant to objectively review this product, but the motherfucker who's giving you your paycheck is the one who made it. And you don't want to upset them because then you're going to be on their bad boy list. They're not going to they're going to boycott you with advertising. They're going to that's why you see so many disingenuous reviews. So much lighthearted fluff when they actually critique these companies, like fucking Paul Tassi begging about, oh, please just let me buy what I want. Oh, I'll give you all the money you need, but just, you know, please, Blizzard. That article sounded like a fucking crackhead fucking pleading with a fucking dealer.
Yeah.
Sound like a fucking...
To get rid out of...
Straight up junkie pleading for his next high.
To quit randomizing the drug and just give him what he wants.
Yeah. Please just sell me heroin. I'm getting sick of coke. Please just sell me coke. I'm getting sick of heroin. Yeah, dude. And it's all just like, that's ridiculous. And that's the sort of thing you see coming from them. So they're not going to attack them. In fact, they're going to be the ones who've put forward this narrative immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That gamers are entitled. Whiny babies.
Or like, yeah. And then there was that video that me and you watched. I think it was that Hype Break one where they were talking about one of the most ludicrous defenses for this happening was that the mobile market is a majority of women. Yeah. And therefore, all the people who were opposed to this hate women.
Because the SJW defense comes along all the time. All the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a distraction.
It's like, but it's so funny. They have like so many different reasons for why this is happening. It's
so
like,
you see the PR spin immediately after BlizzCon. Immediately when the internet gets a hold of like the out of season April Fool's joke guy, They're making memes out of that poor son of a bitch on the stage show. I don't feel, and even him saying, you guys have phones?
That wasn't even him.
Even if it was him, I don't even feel like that's that rude of a thing to say. I feel like he is in a very pressured situation.
They're in a very uncomfortable spot.
He's trying to win all those people over, and he got frustrated, and he said, do you guys not have phones? Like, you know, you got phones.
And not only that, but the first guy, when he's talking, he's super uncomfortable. You can tell he doesn't want to be there. The whole time, the crowd is reacting to this poorly.
There was, like, a spattering of applause. Like, it was a very ill-received fucking news.
It was like,
and it makes sense.
It was a train wreck.
It was a train wreck. If you pay attention to video games, you understand that the mobile market is filled with these cash grab fucking bullshit systems that ruin games. They make games objectively worse when you have to grind and fucking your ass off in order to get just one thing, when if someone else throws them fucking 15, 20 bucks, they get it like that.
Yeah.
And that's how they're built. I mean, that's how Red Dead Online 2 is built. There, I don't even care. Like, for me personally, the single-player campaign justified my $60 purchase. Anything past that they want to charge for, whether it's DLC or microtransactions in the online mode, I could give a fuck less about.
You look at it as like a tip jar.
Yeah, exactly. A well-deserved tip jar. It's not like you went into the fucking Starbucks and there's coffee all over the counter, half fucking spilled fucking bean bags on the ground, and fucking all sorts of shit everywhere, and the dude's got a tip jar. He's like, what, you not gonna tip me?
Yeah.
And you take a sip of your coffee and it tastes like shit, clearly not what you ordered. It's not like that. That's what Fallout 76 is.
Yeah.
That's what fucking Overwatch is, in my opinion. That's what Fortnite is, in my opinion.
That's what Destiny is.
Yeah, Destiny. Lazy, shitty-looking shop wanting you to still give them extra money on top of the $60 fucking entrance fee. Or in the case of fucking Fortnite, $40 entrance fee. At least Fortnite's free.
Or a free-to-play battle royale mode.
You know what? That's one thing I gotta give fucking Fortnite. It's free to play.
Yeah.
Let's just throw our hands up in defeat there.
Oh,
At least they didn't charge. Yeah.
The only issue that I have
with Fortnite... At least they
didn't
weren't like Overwatch and they charged you $60 up front and then had $20 skins.
Oh, yeah. The only problem I have with Fortnite is it's clear that the money that they are making is going more into marketing than actual things within the game. Because you see these live world fucking clues like, oh, they took a cheeseburger out of the game, but they put it in a beach in real fucking life so all the kids can go out to this beach and be like, oh my god, a cheeseburger from Fortnite.
It's like all that shit with No Man's Sky, what they were fucking doing that.
It's ridiculous.
We can make an elaborate scavenger hunt, but we can't make a good fucking game.
Sorry.
Good job, dude. Good job. Here. Clap on the ass. Good job.
Yep.
Stuck with it. Anyway, so when it comes to Diablo Immortal, you gotta be crazy not to expect that sort of reaction. And then when you come out afterwards and have your mainstream media that's like your legion of fucking spinsters, and they say, oh, well, they're just racist, they're fucking sexist towards women, and they're entitled and babies. And then immediately following that, you come out with, oh, well, Diablo 4 was supposed to be leaked. And then automatically after that, you correct that story within fucking 3 hours and say, oh, that's unconfirmed. That's unconfirmed. Here's an edit and an update. But meanwhile, the fucking headline still says, Blizzard almost revealed fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've done your job for, you know, Blizzard, you're a good boy now. And then, oh, no, look, Diablo 4 was going to be a third-person Dark Souls dungeon crawler, but it's been scrapped. But Diablo 4 is now in development. All of a sudden, when Activision's fucking and Blizzard's fucking stock starts to fucking fall.
Yep.
Then it's all about giving the gamers what they want. All of a sudden, gamers ain't that entitled anymore. All of a sudden, oh, well, we are working on Diablo 4. We didn't even know that there was a fucking market for that. We thought all of our fans who have been playing on PC since before they had hair on their fucking cock wanted fucking, or their pussy, wanted fucking, you know, Diablo Immortal, a mobile fucking copy of a game that exists in China to make money off of microtransactions. We thought that's what our community wanted. Sorry we misjudged you. Here's Diablo 4 now. Please fucking buy more things and stop talking shit on us. Because our shareholders are getting pissed, and now they're taking bonuses away from Blizzard employees. Effectively trying to usher them out the door.
Yep. Kick
because
them
they're
out and replace them with people.
like that dev said in that hype break video. Watch that, guys. Fucking watch it. It's
is
illuminating as fuck.
And you know
It's everything that me and Chubbs has been saying is happening to Bungie and Activision, with Bungie and Activision, with Blizzard and Activision. It's everything that me and Chubbs have been saying fucking since Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Since fucking Destiny. Shit we've been saying for over years, confirmed by someone who used to work at Blizzard and has friends who still currently work at Blizzard. They're cutting their fucking bonus. Now they're making markedly less than other people who have the same job in the industry, which they already were. But there was that bonus incentive. Oh, well, you're going to get a cut of this. You're going to get a cut of that. And that was equaling to be a lot. This guy said some employees were going to see their paychecks cut in half. Half of their total income from Blizzard was coming from these bonuses that Blizzard has now taken away. And he said Activision is trying to hollow it out. Seems legit to me. Mike Morhaime left.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, keep in mind, a lot of this isn't confirmed, and a lot of this they do talk about. He is speculating.
In my eyes,
it is legit. There
in
is
my
some
eyes,
weird
what I've
things
seen,
going on over there.
Oh yeah, in my eyes, what I've seen with the progression of this developer, from innovating to simply falling back on remasters, taking Diablo and like making it very shitty. Like Diablo 3 compared to Diablo 2, like as far as story and atmosphere is it sucks.
But even if you look at their games as a whole throughout the scope, ever since I would say, I don't know, it's been a while. It's been a while. This shifted Blizzard has been there for a while, and that's why me and you weren't fucking surprised when Diablo Immortal was announced. Because you see World of Warcraft constantly reusing assets or going back to a time where that was the most lucrative thing.
Yeah, Warcraft
to now
Classic.
vanilla WoW.
Can we just talk about these fucking idiots who are happy about WoW Classic? Go play a fucking Legacy server. It's 100% free.
Yeah.
Yeah. All they're doing, they are re-releasing World of Warcraft.
Without the life improvements. Yeah. Without the heroic dungeon system, without the dungeon finder system, without the raid finder system. But they're going to
update it with all that stuff. Like, they are legitimately just re-releasing World of Warcraft from the jump.
Yep.
You'll have the update with AQ. You'll have this update. Eventually, it'll go to BC. You'll get all the quality of life changes as they came. They're basically just rewriting, redoing exactly what they did there. That is what WoW Classic is.
Oh, yeah.
But and they got all these, fucking WoW Classic.
So many people. So many people in WoW.
I love you, Blizzard. Thank you. I love you, Blizzard. Thank you.
I couldn't
I'm so proud of the fucking Diablo community.
That they're like,
just throw that out there.
Yeah. Well, another thing is, like, on top of World of Warcraft, you've got Hearthstone.
Yep.
And then you've got Heroes of the Storm. The only new property that they have shipped out, a new intellectual property that was, like, from the ground up, creative, story, characters, everything, Overwatch.
Yep.
And that was why we weren't surprised by this. We were disappointed by Overwatch because that is the newest IP.
I remember when I thought Overwatch was going to be a StarCraft for FPS MMO.
Yep.
We used to talk about that.
How good it could be.
Me and Chris would sit there and play WoW and we'd talk about fucking StarCraft MMO on Vent. We were going through classes, like what the Protoss would be able to play, what the Zerg would be able to play, what the fucking humans would be able, the Terrans would be able to play. It's just, it's definitely disheartening to see. It's unsurprising to us.
Yeah, very unsurprising. It didn't shock us at all. The outrage, the only thing that shocked me was like, oh, Jesus Christ, now you guys are going to complain?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Because that's the thing. You don't get to this point without the defense of loot boxes in Overwatch, without the defense of games that are remasters, without the defense of Diablo 3, without the defense of Hearthstone, without
Heroes of the Storm.
You don't get here without those games making more than any other of Blizzard games.
It's like overnight, everybody who fucking gave them a free pass is like, oh, you've changed now.
It is infinitely easier to take a card game and add a new set of cards in that game than it is, and cheaper. It's easier, cheaper than it is to make Warcraft 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's cheaper for them to take Warcraft 3 and without paying new writers, without paying anyone like that, and just redesign the artwork, bring it up to date, 4K resolution, 4K, Fucking bring it up with all these, you know, quality of life. I'm mostly excited about the resource bar.
Yeah, the
It
UI
looks like it's
and-
less closed in. It looks like you're going to be able to see a lot more of the map, which that excited me. I'm way excited about the new character models. Mal'Ganis,
He looks cool.
so sick. Uther looks so sick.
I'm kind of worried about Thrall though, because it looks like their character models are going to be more akin to the World of Warcraft character
So is he going to look
models.
like Neo, who's turned into a bald monk now?
Yeah, and
he looks
Thrall-
like someone off the Matrix,
Yeah,
dude.
for some reason Thrall went through like 4 different character models.
He looks so stupid now. He doesn't even
Yeah.
look like a fucking orc.
From Wantlicky.
Orcs don't stand up straight.
Well, in Wantlicky.
Orcs do not stand up straight.
Well, in Wrath
If you play an orc that stands up straight, fuck you.
Well,
Unless he's a Maghar, then I'll accept it.
his transformation, he was hunched over, then he was straight, then he had braids, then he was bald, and then it just like
Now he's in that like trench coat with the sleeves cut off, like some fucking
bald, standing
90s
straight, like
fucking sci-fi action hero.
Yep, fucking Thrall.
We'll definitely see. We ain't buying it.
No.
We could have bought it for free. Like, we had the gold.
Oh,
And
yeah.
wow. And we looked at the release date, and it was fucking December 29th, 2019.
On
or before. And I was like, fuck that, Chubbs. I'm gonna fucking send you my gold. You just buy yourself StarCraft 2. It's already out. It's done. It's finished. It's a great fucking game. We'll get that instead. So Chubbs has been playing through that, but... So that's why we wanted to... Because you had played through the Wings of Liberty campaign.
Yeah.
You just didn't get the Zerg or the Protoss stuff. The Zerg stuff's my favorite.
Dude, that
Kerrigan's
campaign
one of
is
my
cool.
favorite fucking characters in any game.
Yeah.
Kerrigan is one of my absolute favorite characters. Anyway, guys, that's it for us. Those are our thoughts on the state of Blizzard, the fucking Blizzcon, Diablo Immortal reveal, the Warcraft Reforged. Classic WoW is a fucking joke. They're just releasing the same game over again, maybe that's why they're not releasing so much content for real WoW, because now they expect everyone to hop in the fucking DeLorean and go back to fucking when WoW was like at its worst and grindiest.
Yep.
I don't know, dude. Till next time, though, that's it for us, Jacks and Chubbs.
We'll see you, everybody.
Take care, keep kicking ass, and as always, let us know below if there's anything else you guys want to hear from us. We've got a lot of videos in the works. You guys heard my rant on Red Dead 2 at this point, the microtransactions and the hate that they're receiving. Me and Chubbs are going to expand on that conversation and do a discussion video on that, so that's coming up. I've got a lot of videos planned with Red Dead 2. I want to talk about the horse mechanics. I want to talk about the honor system. I want to talk about the story in it. I want to talk about the gunplay and the looting and all that stuff. And I'm probably going to do it in little short videos instead of a very long review. I noticed that shorter reviews tend to get more activity and watch time that I've made. I've noticed some of my like shorter 15, 20-minute reviews do much better than like my hour and a half, 2-hour long reviews. So that's what I'm doing there. And just trying different things.
Yeah, and this game looks like it could be a very long video.
Yeah, but expect more from me and Chubbs together. More goodness coming. Till next time, guys. Fucking love you. Take care. And as always, keep kicking fucking ass.
You feel it, Thrall. It's like the old days. Like the demons are near.